Welcome to our deep dive into the world of AI 2041, 10 Visions for Our Future. This book,
Oh, yeah.
um, this book is a collaboration between AI expert Kai-Fu Lee and science fiction author Chen Qiufan.
Right.
And it doesn't just throw out predictions.
Yeah.
It actually paints these vivid pictures
Yeah.
of how AI could reshape our lives in the next 2 decades.
I think that's really what's so fascinating about this book is how they use storytelling to really explore these potential futures.
Yeah.
Each of the 10 short stories is like a window into a different aspect of life in 2041.
Yeah.
From healthcare to work to even love and relationships.
Okay, so before we journey into these individual stories, the book lays out a framework of 4 waves of AI disruption. You know those uncannily accurate recommendations you get on streaming platforms?
Yeah.
That's internet AI.
Right.
The first wave,
The first wave.
already changing how we consume entertainment.
Precisely. But it doesn't just stop there. Business AI is already crunching massive data sets in finance and other industries, making predictions and optimizing processes.
Okay.
Then there's perception AI, giving machines the ability to see and interact with the physical world. Think self-driving cars and smart surveillance systems.
And the final wave, autonomous AI, is where things get really interesting,
Yeah.
even a little unsettling.
Right.
Machines start making decisions with minimal human input,
Yes.
which raises all sorts of questions about control and accountability.
Absolutely. And while the book acknowledges the immense potential of AI,
Right.
it also delves into its limitations.
Okay.
Take deep learning, for example.
Yeah.
This technique has revolutionized many fields, but it's heavily reliant on massive data sets
Okay.
and computing power.
So it's not a magic bullet.
Not exactly. Deep learning excels in specific domains like image recognition or natural language processing, but it struggles with abstract concepts and common sense reasoning.
Right.
This is where the human element remains crucial.
Let's talk about one of the stories that really highlights this tension
Okay.
between AI's capabilities and its limits.
Sure.
The Golden Elephant. It features an AI-powered insurance app that uses your health data to personalize your premiums.
Interesting.
Sounds pretty convenient, right?
On the surface, yes.
Yeah.
But imagine this AI deciding you're a higher risk because it notices you frequent that all-you-can-eat sushi buffet.
Oh, wow.
It raises questions about algorithmic bias and the potential for these systems to perpetuate existing inequalities.
That's a bit unsettling.
Right.
Makes you wonder how much control we're willing to relinquish to algorithms.
Yes.
Even if they promise convenience or efficiency.
Exactly. And this brings us to another crucial point raised in the book.
Okay.
The evolving relationship between AI and human creativity. While AI tools like GPT-3 can generate impressive text, they lack genuine understanding and originality.
So they can mimic style,
Yes.
but not substance.
Precisely. They can write a poem that sounds like Shakespeare,
Yeah.
but they can't replicate the human spark of creativity, the ability to connect ideas in novel ways and imbue them with meaning.
That makes me think about the potential for AI-generated fake news, which the book explores in the story Gods Behind the Masks.
Yeah.
If AI can write convincingly,
Right.
how do we discern truths from fabrication?
That's one of the central challenges we face in an age of increasingly sophisticated AI.
Right.
The story portrays a world where deepfakes, AI-generated videos that are virtually indistinguishable from reality,
Right.
have become commonplace,
Yeah.
blurring the lines between truth and deception.
The story even features a character who creates a political avatar using deepfakes,
Yeah.
raising alarming questions about the potential for manipulation and the erosion of trust in our institutions.
It highlights the urgent need for critical thinking and media literacy in a world where AI can create incredibly realistic but entirely fabricated content.
Wow.
We need to be equipped to question what we see and hear, to verify sources, and to engage in healthy skepticism.
It's a sobering thought, but it also underscores the importance of human judgment and discernment.
Absolutely.
Qualities that AI, at least for now, cannot replicate. But let's shift gears and talk about a domain where AI's potential seems more positive: education.
Okay.
The book envisions AI-powered virtual companions, like twin sparrows, that personalize the learning experience for each student.
Imagine a world where every child has a personalized tutor, tailoring lessons to their individual strengths and weaknesses.
Wow.
AI could potentially free up human teachers from rote tasks like grading,
Right.
allowing them to focus on fostering critical thinking, creativity, and those essential human skills that AI can't replicate.
So instead of replacing teachers,
Yes,
AI could empower them to be even more effective.
precisely. The book argues that the future of education lies in a collaborative approach, where AI and human educators work together to create a more engaging and effective learning experience.
That's a more optimistic perspective than the dystopian visions we often see in science fiction.
Yeah.
But AI 2041 doesn't shy away from the potential downsides either. The story Contactless Love explores a future shaped by pandemics, where AI-powered health monitoring and virtual connections become the norm.
Right.
It raises questions about how this increased reliance on technology might impact human relationships and intimacy in the long term.
It's a fascinating exploration of how technology can both connect and isolate us. While AI can facilitate communication and provide a sense of connection, it can also create barriers to genuine human interaction and deepen existing social divides.
This idea of the digital divide is particularly concerning when you think about access to healthcare. The story portrays a world where AI-powered telemedicine and personalized health monitoring are readily available.
Right.
But what happens to those who lack access to these technologies?
It's a crucial point.
Yeah.
Just like any powerful tool, AI has the potential to exacerbate existing inequalities if we're not careful. The book urges us to consider these ethical implications as we design and deploy AI systems, ensuring equitable access and addressing potential biases.
Speaking of access, let's talk about transportation.
Sure.
The story, The Holy Driver, takes us into a world of autonomous vehicles, but it's not quite the seamless, driverless utopia we often imagine.
Right. The story envisions a future where full autonomy is still a work in progress, requiring significant advancements in AI and the development of sophisticated smart city infrastructure. In the meantime, people control vehicles remotely through virtual reality interfaces, which raises interesting questions about liability and safety in unexpected situations.
It's like a hybrid model where humans and AI share control, which actually sounds more realistic given the current state of autonomous vehicle technology.
Right.
But there's another technological curveball coming our way that could disrupt things even further.
What's that?
Quantum computing.
Quantum genocide dives headfirst into the mind-bending world of quantum computing, which harnesses the principles of quantum mechanics to perform calculations that are impossible for classical computers. While it has the potential to revolutionize fields like medicine, material science, and artificial intelligence itself, it also poses significant risks.
I've heard a bit about quantum computing, but it's still pretty mysterious to me.
Sure.
Could you break it down a bit further? What exactly makes it so different from the computers we use today?
Imagine a computer that can be in multiple states at the same time.
Okay.
Rather than just a simple 0 or 1. This allows it to perform calculations exponentially faster than traditional computers, cracking codes that are currently considered unbreakable. And that's where the potential for disruption and even danger comes in.
So it's like having a superpowered computer that could potentially unlock all sorts of secrets.
Absolutely.
That sounds both amazing and terrifying.
Exactly. The story focuses on the potential for quantum computers to break the encryption methods that protect our financial systems, highlighting the need for new security measures in a world where even the digital realm is vulnerable.
So we've got AI disrupting transportation, education, and even cybersecurity. But let's be honest, one of the biggest concerns people have about AI is its impact on jobs.
Of course.
We've all heard the predictions about robots taking over our jobs. How does AI 2041 address this anxiety?
The story, The Job Savior, tackles this issue head-on.
Okay.
It acknowledges that AI will inevitably displace jobs, particularly those involving routine tasks.
Right.
But it also argues that this disruption creates an opportunity for us to rethink the nature of work itself.
Okay.
And to invest in reskilling and occupational restoration.
So instead of viewing AI as a job killer,
yes,
we should see it as a catalyst for creating new opportunities.
Nice.
And redefining what it means to have a fulfilling career.
Exactly. The story highlights the importance of adaptability and lifelong learning in an age of rapid technological change.
Right.
It challenges us to imagine a future where work is less about performing repetitive tasks and more about leveraging our uniquely human skills of creativity, problem solving, and social intelligence.
That's a more nuanced and hopeful perspective than the doom and gloom scenarios we often hear.
It is.
But before we get too caught up in the potential downsides of AI, let's explore a story that offers a more utopian vision.
Okay.
Dreaming of Plenitude. It portrays a future where renewable energy, automation, and synthetic biology create a world of abundance. That's like a technological paradise.
It is.
But it also raises some interesting questions about what it means to live in a world without scarcity.
If basic needs are met, and work is no longer a necessity for survival, how do we find meaning and purpose? What motivates us to create, to innovate, to contribute to society? These are the thought-provoking questions that Dreaming of Plenitude explores.
It's fascinating to think about how our values might shift.
It really is.
In a world where material needs are taken care of. Would we become complacent and self-absorbed? Or would we find new ways to challenge ourselves and make a meaningful contribution to the world?
It's a question that will likely define the coming decades as AI continues to reshape our societies and economies. And while AI 2041 doesn't offer any easy answers, it provides a framework for thinking about these challenges and imagining a future where AI empowers us to create a more equitable and fulfilling world.
You know, one detail from Dreaming of Plenitude that really stuck with me was this idea of Jukurpa. This program in Australia where people earn credits for contributing to their community.
Yeah, it's a fascinating social experiment, isn't it?
It is.
Jukurpa tries to redefine the very notion of work and reward. Instead of chasing paychecks, people earn moolah based on their contributions to the community. Whether it's caring for the elderly, teaching children, or creating art. It makes you wonder how our current systems of work and value might evolve as AI takes on more traditional roles.
It's a radical shift in thinking.
It is.
But it's also incredibly thought-provoking.
Absolutely.
But let's pivot back to something a little more personal, healthcare.
Okay.
AI 2041 paints a picture of a future where AI is seamlessly integrated into our health and well-being.
Contactless love gives us a glimpse into this world. Imagine biosensor membranes constantly monitoring your vitals and AI algorithms providing personalized health recommendations. All delivered directly to your smart device. It's like having a virtual doctor on call 24/7.
That sounds amazing.
It does.
But it also makes me wonder about the potential downsides. What about privacy concerns? And what happens to those who can't afford these advanced technologies?
Those are crucial questions. While AI has the potential to democratize healthcare and make it more accessible, there's a real risk of creating a digital divide where access to these advancements becomes a barrier for certain populations. The book doesn't shy away from these ethical considerations, urging us to design AI systems that are equitable and accessible to all.
So it's not just about the technology itself, but about how we choose to implement it. And ensure that its benefits are shared by everyone.
Absolutely.
And this brings us back to the issue of trust, which we touched on earlier with this story about deepfakes. In a world where AI is generating content, analyzing data, and even making decisions that affect our lives. How do we know what to believe and who to trust?
It's a fundamental challenge in an AI-driven world. We need to develop critical thinking skills and media literacy to navigate this increasingly complex landscape. We need to be able to discern fact from fiction, to evaluate sources, and to understand the limitations and potential biases of AI systems.
It seems like education plays a crucial role in preparing us for this future.
Absolutely.
We need to equip future generations with the tools to not only understand AI, but also to question it, to challenge its assumptions, and to ensure that it's used ethically and responsibly.
Absolutely.
Remember twin sparrows? Those AI-powered virtual companions that personalize learning?
Yes.
Well, imagine those companions not only teaching facts, but also instilling critical thinking skills. Encourage students to question information and to think for themselves.
So instead of just passively absorbing information, students would be actively engaging with it, learning how to evaluate its credibility and to form their own opinions.
That sounds like a powerful way to prepare them for a world where information is abundant, but discerning truth is more challenging than ever.
Precisely.
It's about empowering individuals to be active participants in an AI-driven world, rather than passive consumers.
And that brings us to another story that explores the potential for AI to both empower and control. Quantum genocide. It's a bit of a mind-bending story, delving into the world of quantum computing and its potential to disrupt everything from cybersecurity to global power dynamics.
It's a cautionary tale.
It is.
Highlighting the immense power of this emerging technology and the potential for misuse.
Imagine a world where quantum computers can break any encryption.
Wow.
Potentially crippling financial systems, exposing state secrets, or even enabling targeted attacks with unprecedented precision.
It sounds like something out of a science fiction thriller.
It does, doesn't it?
But as we've discussed, the line between science fiction and reality is becoming increasingly blurred when it comes to AI.
That's the point the book drives home so effectively. These stories might seem fantastical, but they're grounded in real scientific advancements and explore plausible scenarios that we might face in the not-so-distant future.
So it's not just about entertaining us with futuristic tales,
no,
but about prompting us to think critically about the implications of these technologies. And to engage in the conversation.
Absolutely.
About how we want to shape an AI-driven world.
Precisely.
And one of the key takeaways from AI 2041 is that this future isn't predetermined. It's something we create through the choices we make, the policies we implement, and the values we prioritize.
So it's not about surrendering to some inevitable technological takeover, but about actively shaping the trajectory of AI and ensuring that it aligns with our human values and aspirations. And while the book acknowledges the potential risks, it also offers a sense of hope, reminding us that we have the agency to harness AI's power for good and to create a future that benefits all of humanity.
That's a reassuring thought.
It is.
But it also puts a lot of responsibility on our shoulders. We can't just sit back and let technology dictate the future. We need to be actively engaged in shaping it.
Absolutely.
But amidst all this talk about technological disruption and societal transformation, I'm curious about what AI 2041 has to say about our individual well-being. Does AI have the potential to make us happier?
That's a fascinating question. And it's one that the story Isle of Happiness explores in depth. Imagine a futuristic island designed to maximize human happiness through personalized experiences, AI-driven interventions, and a carefully curated environment. It's like a utopia engineered for maximum well-being.
It sounds like a dream come true.
It does.
But I'm guessing there's a catch.
Of course. The story delves into the complexities of happiness and the limitations of trying to engineer it through algorithms and technology. It questions whether true happiness can be quantified, measured, and manipulated, or whether it's something more elusive and subjective.
So it's not as simple as just plugging into some AI-powered happiness machine.
Exactly. The story reminds us that happiness is a complex interplay of internal and external factors, and that while technology can play a role in enhancing our well-being, it's not a magic bullet. It's ultimately up to us to cultivate happiness from within through our relationships, our values, and our sense of purpose.
It's a good reminder that even in a future filled with advanced technology, the fundamentals of human happiness remain the same.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious, What are some of the specific ways that AI is used to create this isle of happiness?
Okay.
What kind of interventions and experiences are we talking about?
Well, imagine personalized music and art experiences tailored to your emotional state.
Okay.
AI-powered therapists offering guidance and support.
Wow.
And even virtual reality simulations designed to evoke feelings of joy and contentment.
Okay.
The island is essentially a laboratory for exploring how technology can be used to influence our emotional well-being.
It sounds both intriguing and a little unsettling.
It does.
While the idea of personalized experiences that enhance our happiness is appealing,
Right.
it also raises questions about manipulation.
Yeah.
And the potential for technology to become a crutch, preventing us from developing our own internal resources for happiness.
Those are valid concerns.
Yeah.
And the story doesn't shy away from exploring these ethical dilemmas.
Okay.
It forces us to confront the question of how much control we're willing to relinquish over our own emotional states and whether technology can truly replace the human connection and self-discovery that are essential for genuine happiness.
It's a thought-provoking exploration of the intersection between technology and human emotion.
Absolutely.
And it highlights the importance of finding a balance between leveraging AI's potential to enhance our well-being while also cultivating our own internal resources for happiness and fulfillment. But shifting gears once again.
Sure.
AI 2041 also delves into the implications of AI for our understanding of the universe and our place within it.
The story, The Last Human, takes us on a mind-bending journey.
Wow.
Into the realm of astrophysics and artificial intelligence.
Okay.
It explores the possibility of creating an AI so advanced that it surpasses human intelligence and develops its own unique understanding of the universe.
It's a classic science fiction trope.
Yeah.
The creation surpassing its creator.
It is, isn't it?
But in this case, it's not about robots turning against us.
Right.
But about AI pushing the boundaries of knowledge.
Yes.
And challenging our own understanding of the cosmos.
Exactly.
The story imagines a future where AI helps us unravel the mysteries of dark matter, black holes, and the origins of the universe itself.
Right.
But it also raises profound questions about the nature of consciousness, the limits of human understanding, and the possibility of coexisting with a form of intelligence that surpasses our own.
It's a humbling thought to consider that we might not be the pinnacle of intelligence in the universe.
Right.
But it's also incredibly exciting to imagine the potential for AI to help us unlock the secrets of the cosmos and to expand our understanding of our place within it.
But as we explore these vast cosmic possibilities, it's also important to remember the very real challenges we face here on Earth.
That's where the story My Haunting Idol brings us back down to Earth, so to speak.
Right.
It explores the potential for AI to create incredibly realistic virtual idols, blurring the lines between human and artificial, and raising questions about our relationship with technology, fame, and identity.
We've already seen the rise of virtual influencers and AI-generated music, so it's not hard to imagine a future where these virtual creations become even more sophisticated and pervasive.
Right.
But what are some of the specific implications that the story explores?
Well, imagine a world where fans develop deep emotional connections with virtual idols, blurring the lines between reality and fantasy.
Right.
The story delves into the potential for parasocial relationships, the commodification of identity, and the ethical considerations of creating artificial beings that evoke such strong emotional responses.
It's a fascinating exploration of how technology is reshaping our relationship with fandom and the very nature of human connection. It makes you wonder, in a world where we can create virtual beings that are indistinguishable from humans, what does it even mean to be human?
That's the ultimate question that AI 2041 leaves us pondering.
It is.
It challenges us to confront the profound implications of AI, not only for our societies and economies, but also for our understanding of ourselves, our relationships, and our place in the universe.
It's been an incredible journey exploring these 10 diverse visions of the future, each offering a unique perspective on the potential and challenges of AI. But before we wrap up our deep dive into AI 2041, I want to revisit one of the core themes that has woven its way through our conversation. The idea of human agency in shaping an AI-driven future. It feels like we've covered so much ground, from the 4 waves of AI disruption to the potential for quantum computing to reshape our world. But through it all, the book emphasizes that we're not just passive bystanders in this technological revolution.
Exactly. AI 2041 reminds us that we have the power to shape the future of AI, to steer it in a direction that benefits all of humanity. It's a call to action for all of us to be informed, engaged, and to demand ethical considerations in AI development.
One story that really brought this point home for me was The Job Savior. It acknowledges the very real anxieties about AI displacing jobs, but it also presents a more hopeful perspective, focusing on the potential for reskilling and creating new opportunities.
It's a powerful reminder that disruption doesn't have to be destructive. It can be a catalyst for innovation and progress. The story challenges us to think creatively about how we can adapt to a rapidly changing job market and leverage AI to create a more equitable and fulfilling world of work.
And it's not just about jobs, right? It's about rethinking our entire relationship with work and purpose. Dreaming of plenitude takes us even further, imagining a future where scarcity is a thing of the past.
Yeah.
It begs the question, in a world of abundance, how do we define meaning and purpose?
It's a fascinating thought experiment. The story suggests that our values might shift in a world where basic needs are met and work is no longer a necessity for survival. We might find fulfillment in community engagement, artistic expression, or the pursuit of knowledge and self-discovery.
It's like what happens to the concept of work when it's no longer driven by economic necessity? Do we all become philosophers and artists? Or do we find new ways to contribute to society and create value?
Those are the questions that AI 2041 invites us to grapple with. It doesn't offer easy answers, but it provides a framework for thinking about these complex issues and imagining a future where AI empowers us to live more meaningful and fulfilling lives.
So it's not just about the technological advancements themselves, but about how we choose to use them and what kind of society we want to create. It's about recognizing that AI is a tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or ill.
Exactly. The book reminds us that AI is not some inevitable force that will determine our destiny. We have the power to shape its development, to set ethical boundaries, and to ensure that it aligns with our human values and aspirations.
So what does this all mean for our listeners, for those of us navigating this rapidly evolving technological landscape?
It means that we need to be informed, engaged, and critical thinkers. We need to understand the potential of AI, but also its limitations and potential risks. We need to demand transparency and accountability from those developing and deploying these powerful technologies.
We can't just sit back and let technology dictate the future. We need to be active participants in shaping it.
Precisely. And that means having conversations like this, exploring different perspectives, and engaging with the ethical, social, and economic implications of AI.
AI 2041 doesn't shy away from the challenges, but it also offers a sense of hope. It suggests that if we approach AI with intention and foresight, we can harness its power to create a more equitable, sustainable, and fulfilling future for all.
It's a reminder that the future is not preordained. It's something we create through the choices we make today.
So as you go about your day, consider this. What role do you want to play in shaping the future of AI? What kind of world do you want to see emerge?
The future is in our hands. Let's make it a future worth striving for.
That wraps up our deep dive into AI 2041, 10 visions for our future. We hope this exploration has sparked your curiosity and left you with some food for thought.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep imagining the possibilities.